Just a natty light. She wrote her a letter saying it was okay she drank and drove because it was just a natty light? Are you kidding me?
For heaven's sake, context. That's a paraphrased reviewer comment about a supposed justification within the narrative Everything We Never Said by Sloan Harlow. It's not the opening line of the novel.
Context. The context is girl maybe kills best friend driving drunk, then immediately jumps the dead friend's boyfriend, and the excuse is natty light. Forget context. Where are the cops? Where are the handcuffs? This isn't a book. It's an accessory to idiocy.
Welcome back to Heart Book Radio, where nuance goes to die a rather loud death. Today we are dissecting Everything We Never Said, a young adult novel allegedly that seems less concerned with adolescence and more with, well, questionable life choices and potential felonies glossed over with teenage hormones.
Allegedly lie. That's the whole point. People are losing their minds online, screaming, "I don't want to read about kids having sex," in all caps, like their keyboards are on fire. Is it smut? Is it just heavy petting? Who cares? The real crime is nobody cares about the potential vehicular manslaughter.
While the debate around age appropriateness and sexual content is fervent, let's focus on the characters, shall we? Our protagonist, Ella, riddled with guilt over the crash that killed her best friend, Hayley, a guilt she apparently processes by initiating a relationship with Hayley's grieving boyfriend, Sawyer.
Processes. Oh, she's processing all right. Processing how fast she can get into Sawyer's pants. Let's call it what it is, grief-induced horniness overriding basic human decency. And Sawyer. Oh, poor grieving Sawyer. Moving on faster than a tuppy in a hurricane. Is he sad? Is he secretly the abusive psycho, S from Hayley's diary? Or is he just thrilled Ella's available? I bet he is. Men typical, just like my neighbour Gary when his prize-winning poodle died. Next day he's got a chihuahua.
Comparing Sawyer to Gary's chihuahua acquisition is reductive. But the ambiguity surrounding Sawyer is a central tension. Is he the source of the split lips and knuckle marks described in Hayley's diary? Or is that merely a narrative red herring designed to distract from the larger implausibilities?
Implausibilities. Like Hayley's diary having verbatim transcripts of conversations. Honey, nobody remembers conversations like that unless they're wearing a wire. And don't get me started on Hayley. Is she dead? Did she fake her death gone girl style to escape abuse? If she did, good for her, I guess. But leaving Ella holding the manslaughter bag, that's cold, colder than your reaction to Moby Dick.
We are not relitigating my critique of Melville's bloated allegory. The point is the characters operate in a moral vacuum. Ella potentially commits a serious crime, faces zero legal repercussions, and the only person who calls her out, this Scott character, is labeled annoying and apologizes to her. It beggars belief.
Exactly. Scott's the only sane one. He's like, excuse me, didn't you kill someone? And everyone else is like, shut up, Scott. You're harshing the make-out vibe. I hate Ella. No, wait. I hate Sawyer. No, Hayley. Oh, I hate them all. Except maybe Scott.
So, beneath the melodrama and questionable decisions, is this book actually any good? Reviewers are violently divided. Some claim the plot twist, or twists, plural, left their jaw on the floor. Others yawned, calling it predictable.
Predictable. How is faking your own death to frame your best friend while escaping your abusive boyfriend predictable? Okay, maybe the boyfriend part is a bit Tuesday afternoon TV movie. But still. Then you've got reviewers acting like prosecuting attorneys, listing plot holes like the fake grief counselling group the blurb apparently lied about, the magic diary, the impossible car crash physics, DV shelters apparently committing felonies to help Hayley disappear. It's a mess. I love it.
One particularly unhinged review simply screamed about the sex scenes. Another meticulously detailed every logical fallacy. It seems to inspire either rabid devotion or utter contempt. There's no middle ground, much like your opinions on artisanal cheese.
Hey, Gruyere is serious business. But yeah, this book is like that. One reviewer called Ella strong, for what, managing not to trip over her own massive hypocrisy. And the sex scenes explicit, says one. Steamy but not detailed, says another. Which is it, people? Make up your minds. If Ella were a sandwich, she'd be like a guilt sandwich. On soggy bread, with way too much questionable sauce. And maybe manslaughter mayo, EO.
Manslaughter mayo, right? The core issue seems to be the tonal dissonance. It attempts to tackle serious themes, grief, guilt, domestic violence, but wraps them in what many perceive as a flimsy, logic-defying young adult romance package where consequences are optional. It's Riverdale logic applied to genuine trauma.
It's like Colleen Hoover crashed a Pretty Little Liars writer's room after watching a really confusing PSA. So, final verdict. Don't bore me.
From a literary standpoint, it's problematic. The character motivations are thin, the plot relies on contrivance over coherence, and the handling of serious issues feels exploitative. I give it 2 out of 10 ignored felonies.
Exploitative, it's entertaining. It's a glorious train wreck. You can't look away. Did she kill her? Did she fake it? Is the boyfriend hot or evil? Who cares about logic when the drama is this juicy? I give it 6 out of 7 questionable hookups. Read it, hate it, argue about it.
Please don't encourage them.
Too late. Next week we're tackling The Sentient Spatula Speaks. A harrowing tale of kitchen utensil existentialism. You won't want to miss it.
I assure you, I will. This has been Heart Book Radio. Please consult a real therapist, not these characters.
Bye.